What up, y'all? It's AP on the spot. It's been an exhausting search for daughter of Dipset rapper 40 Cal and Buffalo State College student Saniyya Dennis. That's right, she went missing on a Friday night, went up to Niagara Falls, New York, which is roughly about 20 minutes from Buffalo, 20 minutes from Buffalo, New York, never to be seen again. Unfortunately, all indications is that she took her own life and committed suicide. Let's go deeper and talk about that just a little bit. And also, while we at it, let's give a special rest in peace, rest in heaven shout out to Pittsburg, Pennsylvania rapper Flatline Nizzy, who was an unfortunate victim of another senseless homicide.
Yeah.
It appears as this has come to a tragic end that Saniyya Dennis, the daughter of Dipset rapper 40 Cal, has committed suicide. And, locally, I've been watching this story, monitoring it for the last week and a half. And, they went through a lot of the transcripts from the text messages that she was sending back and forth to people, one of her friends in particular. And she was basically talking about how, she was going through some relationship problems with a guy who she was dating, who lived back home where she was from in New York City. Buffalo is roughly about 5 hours away, from New York City. And it was a long distance relationship, and she was going through some heartbreak and some heartache. So she was just overwhelmed, and she decided to, it appears, to commit suicide and take her life by, I'm assuming, in Niagara Falls, New York, by jumping over the rough waters of Niagara Falls. There hasn't been 100% confirmation on that, but the district attorney yesterday here in Western New York, in Buffalo, New York, said that. And this is a tragedy. The girl was so young. She was a student at Buffalo State College. And, I shouldn't be talking about this. I should be talking about a student that's making headlines for being, like her father, 40 Cal said, a straight A student. And she had aspirations of becoming someone big in her field and things of that nature. And I think he said she wanted to join, have something to do with NASA. Once she, graduated college and she pursued her career, she wanted to eventually work for NASA. So it's just unfortunate, and hopefully, I pray for the family, and I hope that the family can, find her remains out of all of this. If it's a fact, 1,000% fact, which it looks like, and this is being reported, that she did take her own life, I just pray for peace, that the family will find her remains, because that's one thing that no one should have to deal with, is not being able to put their loved ones to rest in a respectful, peaceful manner. Now, on the flip side to that, earlier this week, rapper Flatline Nizzy out of Pittsburg, Pennsylvania, was found murdered. He was found shot in the head. This is another tragic situation of a rapper, an entertainer, black entertainer that's been taken from us way too soon, and by the hands of some violence here. His name was Nathan Freeman. He was better known as, like I said, Flatline Nizzy. I was unfamiliar with his music, but he was an up-and-coming rapper. His body was discovered around 1 a.m. local time with a bullet wound to the head. And he had most recently, his last Instagram post was dated on April 10th, which was a little while ago, before he could even have an ascending career to start to take off with and even get anywhere close to the peak. He was murdered. Two individuals right here in this segment that I'm talking about that, were nowhere near related to each other. Of course, they were African-American, black individuals, but these were two situations that could have been prevented. Both in both situations. In the Saniyya Dennis situation, that could have been prevented if she would have had somebody there and just grab her and just really, pull her close and let them know it's going to be all right. This is just a temporary situation and not anything permanent. She would still be here right now. And in the case of Flatline Nizzy, this is something that we deal with every day in the inner city and in the black community, is violence. If it wasn't for someone taking his life, he would still be here right now. It's AP on the spot. And no matter what it is, I'm gonna bring it to y'all live, direct, raw, and uncut. I'll check y'all later. One love.